beginning of the build-out.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Pandemic in full effect, but guess what? It hasn't stopped the draft, people. NFL Trucker hats, now in stock, hitting the site shortly. I want to get right into these. Every year, Roboto, every year, the NFL goes through a process. The NFL goes through a process of picking out or drafting players, right? This hat signifies the first steps that an NFL player will make into a nationally televised professional football, professional basketball, professional baseball team. This one in particular is the NFL Draft. So we're talking about football. Very cool personal product to put into a collection, right? So if you have like a player, we're gonna start with the Steelers, NFL Draft Snapbacks, and you notice that these hats, Roboto, typically the ones that do best and the ones that sell the best are adjustables, because if you think about it, the player is being drafted by a team. They don't really know, they have an idea beforehand what player they're gonna draft, but sometimes the deck gets shuffled. Sometimes players before the draft get drafted by a different team, a player ends up going to a team that they were unexpected. So what they do is they keep these on deck, and then the player ends up shortly before their number gets called or their name gets called for a specific team, they get one of these hats, and that signifies their entrance into that team. Okay, so these are the Truckers are popping right now. Mesh back, like really vintage mesh back feel. I want to make sure our camera catches this and the details on point with that embroidered back patch logo. The mesh on here just feels like that vintage throwback, I don't know what you would call it, poly or plastic mesh. Snapback on the back. Okay, this is a 950 unoriginal fit, like traditional new era 950. It's not the original fit snapback. It's got that embroidered side hit right there. Embroidered. Question I always get, Roboto, about embroidery on mesh. Is it possible? It is clearly possible. There it is. There's the proof in the pudding. Clearly possible. You got that patch work on the front, if you can see that. It feels like a patch on the front. It doesn't feel like direct embroidery. It feels like what they did was they applied an embroidered patch on there, and then they did a stitch out in order to hold it and tack it back. All right, that was the Steelers. Should we shoot right into Eagles? Yes, we should, right? Eagles, new era, 950 draft hats, 2021 pandemic proof, 950 draft hats. Super important, bro, that just FYI, that, you know, whatever it is that we're going through as a country right now, that we keep some kind of positive momentum in terms of like the things that are going on. Having a halt, you know, the NFL, sports in general, right, Roboto? They're so important to people, right? They're so important to keep their sanity in a situation like this. Just getting the draft back and getting people in a room and having people just, you know, sharing that experience is a big deal. I think it's a big deal for the fans. I think it's definitely a big deal for the players. Gray top, patch on the front, black underbrim, patch on the back, that NFL shield embroidered on the back, okay? Then you have that new era in that Pacific green. Standard fit snapback, guys. For those of you that are in the know, 950 creates a 950 original fit and a 950 standard fit. This is the standard fit. This is just like the fit of a 5950. It's the curved brim. It's not that A-frame snapback. So it's a very traditional fit snapback. Traditional for new era, not for the market. This fits differently than a Mitchell and Ness snapback, okay? So we did the Eagles, we did the Steelers. Let's hit the Giants. Another fan favorite, Giants, okay? That gray pops a little bit more with the blue on the brim. It's just a little bit more visible. Okay, mesh back as well. NFL shield on the back. New Era, iconic New Era flag on the side. Black underbrim, black taping, black sweatband. Interesting choice for the draft this year, Roboto. I've never actually seen a trucker for the draft, but you know what? It could work. So this is the NFL, this is the 2021 NFL draft hats. If you guys are interested in this product, hit the link in the description. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button. If you love what we're doing, subscribe. Make sure you tap that notification bell. Thanks for watching.